Going to proceed on this next show cause dated April the 21st.
On the two new charges, Jeff?
Correct.
Hilton.
Is that what you want to do? If you plead guilty here, I want you to understand, since you've already got, it looks like 5 technical violations, that your probation could be revoked, and you could be incarcerated on this charge for the maximum, which is up to 90 days. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And also your 7411 status could be revoked and the conviction entered. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. I already covered your rights with you today, but I'll do it again. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to a hearing. At a hearing, you have the right to question their witnesses, to bring in your own. To use the subpoena powers of the court to bring in those witnesses. If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a hearing of any kind. Do you understand that?
Yes.
It's count 1 that you fail to refrain from consuming alcohol, testing positive for cocaine metabolite on a test of April the 8th of 26. How do you plead? I can't hear you.
Guilty.
Did you in fact consume cocaine, say within the 7 days before that?
Yeah. Yeah, I was.
Count,
Yeah.
count 2 that you failed to refrain from violating a law being convicted of drug paraphernalia on April 14 of 26 with an offense date of March 4 of 26. How do you plead? Were you convicted of drug paraphernalia arising out of an offense date that occurred on March 4 of 26?
Yes.
Were you convicted on that case on April 14
Yes.
of 26?
Yes.
And that's after I placed you on probation on this case, true?
Yes.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
Please accept it. To those 2 counts, Ms. O'Donnell, your name. Anything you'd like to say?
Judge, just that I know the issue with Mr. Thornsberry.
Right out of the gate, the judge is locking in something critical. This plea has to be voluntary. No pressure, no coercion. But here's the real question. If everything sounds fine legally, why does this case still feel like it's heading for trouble? Stick with this, because things take a sharp turn very soon.
He's a high-low driver. He's been doing that for the last 2 months. He's making $17 an hour. He currently lives in Flat Rock. He's got his own apartment. He is in therapy at Team Wellness. He goes there once a week for group therapy, Judge. And he just about 4 weeks ago, he was prescribed Suboxone, and that's helped him deal with his urges, and has helped get him under control with regard to the issues with the controlled substances. Judge, he tells me that he's doing well on that. He sees a psychiatrist that prescribes him the Suboxone. He does also go to meetings. He goes to NAAA 3 times a week. He's been doing that. Going to Mr. Thornberry since December to January of this year. He is able to pay half the balance that's owed on the probation judge by next week. He's able to pay $100 today towards that balance. And if he does go to jail, Judge, I think this is going to set him back. He's going to lose his job, and I think he's just going to go back to square one.
Yeah.
It is kind of a touchy situation with Mr. Thornsberry.
Anything you'd like to say?
I want to apologize to the court. I know I've done wrong, but if you give me a second chance, I'll make better decisions and better choices.
I probably would have given you a second chance if I hadn't been told that you tested positive for cocaine again. Yesterday, hang on. Let me finish. You were positive April 8th. You got a criminal conviction involving drugs, drug paraphernalia. What can I do? Second chance, you've had 7 or 8 or 9 extra chances. Has he been in intensive outpatient yet?
He had an intake for it yet. I don't believe he started it yet. He is compliant with treatment since he's been in just one-on-one treatment, and he has been prescribed Suboxone since the beginning. I mean, I'm obviously concerned, and you are as well. Again, especially too, he's only two clean tests since he last saw you. He tested clean on April 1st, and then he tested clean on April 14th. Those are the only two clean tests I have since the last time he saw you. Obviously, I'm concerned as well as everyone else regarding his use. He's always been honest about it. He's always come to me and told me I can't fault him for that. He's always honest. But again, I don't know what else we can do for him at this point.
I'm almost ready to revoke probation. That's how close I am. You can't keep using. You can't keep using.
Would the court be willing to, take this issue under advisement, considering he just started Suboxone, and since then, he's reported positive results at least?
He just tested positive.
And he
Well, he started the Suboxone 4 weeks ago.
yes, but he tested positive on April 8th, and he was already on Suboxone then too.
And he tested positive yesterday.
Now, that hadn't been confirmed as part of my
He
understanding.
didn't have the money to pay for the lab until he was on the admit. So
And he also does report being drug tested when he does go to the psychiatrist's office as well, Judge, to get that prescription for the Suboxone. He does say that they also test him, and if he comes up dirty, they won't prescribe Suboxone to him.
I cannot in good conscience do anything but revoke his probation, revoke his 7411 status, and enter the conviction. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to sentence him on the charge, and I'll listen to whatever else you want to say. So I'm revoking that status, the conviction's entered, and now I'm going to sentence him without 7411 status, and I will go ahead and do that now if you're ready to proceed.
I have nothing further. I don't know if Mr. Cronster has anything else.
There's nothing I can say, you know. I don't know. I understand.
Has he paid anything on this yet, Heather?
On the says he has a balance of 880 still.
No, I even told you, I set you up 75 weekly beginning February 13th, and I told you if you didn't have the money to come talk to me. And you didn't come and talk to me, and you just kind of blew it off. And you haven't made a single payment. And I do that with everybody, and I just don't understand why someone would just blow that off. I mean, it's just hard for me to get. Did he do any of his court work program yet?
he is not.
Didn't let Jessica know that I didn't have the money.
You can't just tell her. I didn't tell you just if you don't have the money, tell the probation officer. Didn't I tell you to come and talk to me? Well, then why'd you tell her? Why don't you tell the guy who sits in right field at the Tiger games? I don't know what to tell you. I just don't understand it. But the money, I want to be clear about this. What I'm going to do now has nothing to do with your failure to pay the money. It's just another example of you being aloof about court orders, but it has nothing to do with you not being able to pay the money. 12 months probation, you cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate any law or ordinance. To change your address, your place of employment, or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You have to report as directed. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs. No kratom, no poppy seeds and CBD oils. If you consume food or other items containing those substances, it will be deemed a violation. You're to submit to chemical testing, PBTs and ATGs weekly for 4 months, then bi-weekly if you're clean for the duration of probation. 15 days jail, credit 1, serve 14, 3 on the court work program, 11 days now, attend NA 3 times a week until an intensive outpatient treatment. So basically, I'm going to assess fines. I'm gonna let you pay fines of 100, cost 150, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment, 375, screening fees 60 for 435, probation fees are 240. For 675, court work program fees are 105 for a total of 780. You're to pay 50 weekly starting May the 18th. You may be eligible for early discharge from probation if you're compliant going forward after 6 months. You have 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of appeal. This could have been a lot worse. So you have to do 3 days court work. You're in custody for the next 11, 50 a week starting May the 8th. That's where we'll go with this. You just got to pay more attention. Good luck. You have a seat over there. Thank you.